Hello and welcome back everyone in the cave. My name is Elias and in today's video we will again go over some interesting topics straight out of the finance and crypto space. Before we get into it, I will talk about financial topics. Please do not make financial decisions based on my opinions and my information. So always do your own research, and with that being said, let's go into it. Alright guys, as always, I like to start on CoinMarketCap, and when we go to CoinMarketCap we see a lot of green charts here. Bitcoin is in the green, all major altcoins are actually in the green, and actually we have especially one token which is hardly in the green, and this is Chi-Honey. Chi-Honey is right now at $16.50 and I'm super happy to see that. And also, I don't want to make promotion for our protocols, but it's super cool to see the recent growth of our protocol currencies, since we're really working hard on just developing everything in the background. But back to the main crypto topics. So the first thing which was actually going on over the last week was the whole drama around the Silicon Valley Bank, around Signature, and also Silvergate. So to give you a bit of more insight in case you live behind the moon, that a lot of especially crypto-friendly banks were just liquidated out of the market. And it was a big topic because a lot of people also said, hey, is that probably a fraud, or is that a move against crypto banks, against banks which hold crypto, against the small banks? And it could be, it really could be, even though a lot of regulators actually said, no, it's not. On Silvergate and the Silicon Valley Bank, it was a liquidity problem. On the Signature Bank, it was actually quite uncertain, and they just said, yeah, there were some missing documents. And no one knows besides the regulators. But what we know is that JP Morgan and other big banks, which are definitely friends with the governments, have huge amount of inflows, and the money is just centralizing itself again. So that's definitely not something we as crypto guys want to see, but it is what it is. And with that being said, to the next topic, which is how much damage did that to the crypto space? And obviously, I mean, you saw what happened when the Silicon Valley Bank announced that they will go out of business, because major crypto companies had quite some money in the Silicon Valley Bank, because the Silicon Valley Bank is in the Silicon Valley, and as you guys know, the Silicon Valley is famous for its tech, fintech, and other startups, and a lot of startups use the Silicon Valley Bank to store their money, and so did also Gemini, Crypto.com, and especially one partner, which is Circle. Circle is the issuer or the company behind USDC, and they had actually $3 billion in lost funds because the bankruptcy of the Silicon Valley Bank. And that's obviously not bullish, and I just checked it out. So 3 billion is like 13th of the whole market cap of USDC. So it's a lot of money. I mean, we're talking about 3 billion, and let's see how it will play out. I mean, we had official statements from, I think, Joe Biden even.
President, what do you know right now about why this happened? And can you assure Americans that there won't be a ripple effect?
Do you expect other banks to fail, Mr. President?
Should all depositors be protected at all banks?
All right, thank you.
And he even said that all lost funds will be recovered and the Fed will just print some money again. And yes, it is what it is. But it was a bullish sign, and in that moment the announcement came that all funds will be covered. USDC went back to the peg of $1. And I know a lot of guys who actually tried or traded this movement, and I mean, for me personally, and that's just a personal opinion, I don't want to catch falling knives. I really don't like to do such risky stuff. And I mean, I checked out a lot of YouTubers. Some said, yeah, please, you should do it. And some said, and especially these ones said, you shouldn't do it, which already got burned in FTX, in stuff like bankruptcies previously. And also my opinion on it is that there are so many less risky plays in the crypto market that you shouldn't just hop on every risky trade you can take. All right, with that being said, probably why or what can we do to prevent such scenarios? And I mean, we as DeFi enthusiasts, we love having decentralized stuff, and we also have a decentralized currency, which is DCHF, which is a decentralized stablecoin, which is pegged to the Swiss franc. And there's another one, a US dollar, which is also completely decentralized, and this is the LUSD. And the LUSD, especially the LQTY token, I think it's called, yes, got a huge amount of inflows in that moment that USDC went down, is because LUSD can't technically depeg from the US dollar. And it even did actually at one point, because I think there were some huge amounts of little transactions. I'm not sure again what it was, but I mean, that's no risk for the protocol because it's an over collateralized stablecoin. Basically nothing can happen. Yes, with that being said, I mean, definitely if you want to learn more around the topics of decentralized stablecoins, centralized stablecoins, pegging mechanisms, and also backing mechanisms, because these are actually way more important when we look at stablecoins and should definitely be known when you interact with stablecoins, I would just consider you to watch a video around that topic. It's not too hard to understand, but it's definitely important. Alright, with that being said, to the first macroeconomic topic, which is the inflation, and especially the inflation numbers of the US. And it was a main driver for that big pump we actually had in Bitcoin, where Bitcoin quickly went up to 27,000. And it was that big statement, and I also saw it on Watcher Guru actually, that the US inflation falls to 6%. We all know the inflation target of the US is around 2 to 3%. And I mean, when we look at it, we understand why this is such a good thing. So here in the text it says the CPI fell to 7.1% in November last year, a number that was lower than expected. Likewise, it further dropped down to 6.5% in December and 6.4% only in January. So this was actually a bad thing, because we thought, hey, that's only 0.1%. Probably the inflation is stickier than we think. And therefore it was actually bad news. And we were super curious about the inflation numbers of February, which came now, and it were only 6%. And this is super bullish, because it seems like, hey, we're going down faster, because that basically means we can start printing money again, probably sooner than we expected. And people obviously see or can realize then in that moment we can start printing money again. More money flows also into riskier assets like Bitcoin, and this will then lead to a positive price increase. And another big thing was actually that Binance will convert $1 billion worth of BUSD stablecoin in Bitcoin, Ethereum, BNB, and other tokens. And we don't know what these other tokens are, but this is definitely a bullish news, because Binance is the biggest player, I think, in the crypto market, and they can somehow also manipulate the market, kind of. Obviously, a lot of short-term traders hopped into this trade, and it was just also a little contributor to that positive price segment we experienced over the last few days and almost now weeks. No, not weeks actually, because a week ago we had not FTX, but the Silicon Valley Bank collapsing and USDC depegging. But we have another bank which has major problems, and this is Credit Suisse. And I mean, I'm here in Switzerland and I don't own any stock of Credit Suisse, or more important, I don't have any money on Credit Suisse, but unfortunately I know a lot of people which do, and I really hope everyone can take their money out of their accounts still, but I think the situation is not too bad at the moment. And we also got an official statement from the Swiss government that the missing funds will be recovered by the government, so we will just print some more francs. And I mean, in Switzerland we don't have a big inflation problem, so it's not that big of a thing for us, luckily. Exactly. With that being said, I think we're almost done. The last thing I forgot in the last video, but I will definitely cover now, is how my dollar cost average strategy is turning out. And as we can see, I'm actually in a super good profit. I'm right now in around $900 in profit, and it's super cool. And my average prices are also here, 23,000, 22,000, 1,600, 1,500. So I would assume it's it's around 22,900 US dollar for Bitcoin, and 1.6k, probably a bit lower for Ethereum. I'm happy with that, and I really hope that you also made some good decisions over the last few days and weeks. You also had some green numbers in your portfolio. And with that being said, at the end of the video, I would really appreciate a like or a comment. If you want to see more of this kind of content, please consider following the channel. It would really support us. And I wish you an awesome rest of your day. See you in the next video. Bye bye.